In the previous video, we've created an object using the boundary function. As an alternative, we could get rid of the unwanted parts of these basic shapes by using basic editing functionality provided by ANSYS. Let's first use the trim function to clip the outside of this curve. Trim. Select objects, but select cutting edge. So the cutting edge will be the line segments. I right click, select objects to trim. I will trim the circle. So I got rid of the outer part of the circle. And also, as you see, we don't need the extensions of these line segments. So I right click and exit the comment, and right clicking again, I started the comment again, but this time the cutting edge will be the arc. I confirm it by right clicking and then select the extensions in order to get rid of them, and right click to finish the comment. So you may create holes at the corner like this, but don't forget they are still separate objects. You need to join them using another function to create a polyline. So for these three entities, let me call join. So it says three objects converted to one polyline. You may select all the remaining members in order to create a fully closed polyline. What else? Let me create a rectangle. Rectangle means a polyline created easily with a single shot like this. So by the way, how can you determine the type of the entity? You may give the list comment, and it summarizes the properties retrieved from its database. You can obtain the area or corner locations in the current workspace, and also the type of the object, which is in our case a polyline. Okay. Second editing comment is the fillet comment. You may use the fillet function to, for example, you may simply create the bilge part of the midship section. So let's click fillet, and you should specify the radius of the arc that will replace the corner. So click radius. The current radius is 0, which means do not apply any fillet. So maybe I should preview the radius like this. I can get help. 2.5 will be okay, I guess. 2.5, and then click two neighboring lines like this in order to create a filleted corner. If you wish to copy any object, you may simply give the copy command, select the object, right click, and specify the base point, and then you can give the distance. It should track the horizontal or vertical direction, but it doesn't work right now. Let me check. So polar tracking is off. If you click this, then it will snap to the vertical or horizontal axis, but you may even add additional angles like 45 degrees or something like that. So if you wish to copy along this axis, snap to the vertical direction and enter, for example, 3. Then you may even give 6. So you can make multiple copies in the single command call and right click when you finish. There's also much useful way to create a copy of an object with a distance, which is called an offset. So for example, let's assume this line represents the side boundary of our hull, and you need to create a transverse member which has a height of, let me first determine a proper size. So 1 unit should be okay. So with a height of 1 unit, let me create the object with offset command. I select offset, specify the distance of 1, and then select the object, and either left or right hand side, a copy created with the provided distance. And we should right click to finish the command. You may also create arrays of objects. So for instance, let me create a small rectangle here, and let's use the array feature. So I select the object, right click. As you see, it creates a pattern of object like a table. You can specify the column number, row number, etc. When you close the array, they are created.